In this lesson, we'll learn about the coefficient of determination. You learn how to calculate it, and more importantly, how to interpret what it tells us about a regression model. Let's get started. The coefficient of determination is written as r squared. Tells us how much the variation in the response variable is explained by the regression model. To find the coefficient of determination, simply square the correlation coefficient. Since we are squaring the value of r, so r squared is always in between 0 and 1, and it can never be negative. In general, the larger the value of r squared, the more of the variation in the response variable is explained by the regression model. When interpreting the coefficient of determination, we'll use this template. There are 3 values that we need to replace every time. The first one is the value of r squared written as a percentage. The second one is the y variable. Make sure you replace this with the actual response variable using the problem's context. And the last one is the x variable. Again, make sure you replace it with the actual x variable using the problem's context. One quick note. If you're given the raw data, you usually don't need to calculate r squared by hand. When you use the TI-84 to find the regression equation and r, the calculator can also display r squared at the same time. However, sometimes the problem only gives you the value of r instead of the data. In that case, simply square r to find r squared, just like what we'll do in this example. A researcher studies the relationship between hours spent on social media each day and final exam grades. The TI-84 reports r equals negative 0.663. Question A. Find the coefficient of determination r squared and round to the nearest percent. So we're only given the value of r. We are not given the raw data. So to find r squared, we take this value and square it. So r squared equals negative 0.663 squared, and we get 0.439569. Now, to convert this number to a percentage, we multiply by 100%. And r squared equals 43.9569%. And we want to round it to the nearest percent. So we have 44%. Now, let's interpret the coefficient of determination. The coefficient of determination is 44%. So approximately 44% of the variation in the final exam grades can be explained by the variation in hours spent on social media each day using the best fit regression line.